Hello and welcome to PLAMonday. My name is Adi Tocek and you're watching Moe University live from the workshop. Yet another Monday, yet another plastic model stream. I hope you had a good start into this new week. Mine was certainly eventful, but also exhausted. So I'm a little bit like tired and exhausted from today's day. I have vacation, but like so often when I'm not in the office doing my usual day work, I'm more exhausted than when I go there. So yeah, today was another big day doing the garden. We are now in the final few like days, or at least like 1 or 2 weeks left until everything will be finished. And then I don't know if this like interests you or affects you, but it might affect you because as soon as the garden is finished, I might have more time for like hobby stuff, you know. So yeah, I have a cup of tea, Genmaicha. Still drinking tea, but I guess I will have to switch soon, because now since it's got warmer, and today I'm also did like some heavy workload outside, I've already can feel that I have like a thirst for like cool stuff like water or like other cool beverages, and not for tea so much. But today it's still tea. So yeah. Okay. Last Monday, last PLAMonday, I've coated those bigger parts of the Lancer with like a basic semi-gloss gray. You know, it's and it turned out, I mean, you can't see this on camera, but if you see it in person, it's okay. I mean, it's like, it's a big surface. It's not perfect. There are like a few specks in there, so I might use those as a reference point for some weathering. The lens itself, like this pointy thing, looks a bit better because it's a tinier surface, but still. Now I will try to get those metallic colors on, and I'm not sure how this will work, but I have here. Let's switch the camera. Oh my God, this pointy thing points in, so not good. I have here metallic burnt iron, and I have here steel red. Yeah, I know, this is like, wow, so much red. You can see this is like almost the same thing. Oh, but yeah. Okay, so I will go first with the burnt iron, and then I will see how this works. Not sure how it might turn out. Never worked with like multi-layered colors, and never worked with like metallic colors on a model kit. So all the stuff I did until now was fairly basic, but I've bought this Lancer kit so that I can experiment with stuff. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's metallic. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay. I will also now try not to like cover the whole thing. Just give it a little no, just a very thin layer that doesn't cover the whole shield, so that there are spots that I can later put in some other colors. So I will do this just very sloppy. Also, I want to keep those ridges and those like lines on the shield as much as possible. And from what I've learned, working with those like model kit colors, it really isn't like necessary to do like crazy high layer numbers if you work with a brush, I think. I know. Because if you do, chances are high that those details get swallowed a lot, so yeah. First I was like, I have to at least like add like 5 or 6 layers of color, but in reality like 2 are mostly fine. Even 1 might suffice, depends on the color. So now I've coated this and it's a bit sloppy, but I think this might work. So let's go to the lens as well. Oh my god! Oh my god! I did not drop the part. The crane dropped to the floor, but not the part itself. So it doesn't really count, because there is a little counter down here that says parts that kiss the floor, and I will update this one once a part, like a major part from the kit, not a runner access part or like a tool, hits the floor here on the workshop. And when this happens, I have to donate or spend some bits on another creator's channel. So I have to rate them, and then I have to give them a few bits in return. Yeah. And after that I will reset the counter. So yeah, fun. And of course it's instantly more like enjoyable to work with those metallic colors, because like glossy colors, it is far easier to apply them with a paint, with a brush. Because the flatter a color gets, the more tedious it is to paint it with a brush. But if you have a glossy color or a metallic one, yeah, it's really easy to apply them with a brush. So there is a reason why people like do glossy colors and then just use a flat top spray. I'm curious though how long this will take to settle. Okay, so now this is like metallic coated. Kinda neat. I guess I can do the back side as well. So yeah, wasn't even sure if I should come online today, to be honest, because I was like, when it was still 9 o'clock, like at my time zone, it's 9 o'clock and at the evening, or like the night, for lack of a better term. I was still in the garden doing stuff. And now we have like those days where you have the most daylight, so you can stay outside really long. And I was like, oh, should I even come on? But then again, I don't want to neglect those streams. It would be easy like to say every second week, oh no, today I don't feel like it. And to be honest, Gotta be honest with you. I enjoy Friday's workshop streams where I do my figure photo miniature diorama stuff way more than I enjoy those plastic model streams. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm still new to this whole hobby. And yeah, it's not, it's like, I can see why people like doing this, but then again, some of those things are not for me. I mean, it's okay that I can spend so much time on a kit. At least I don't have to like buy a new kit for each stream, like I would have to do with like Lego sets or like basic like brick building sets, because you can buy them quite quickly, and you don't have to detail them as much. I mean, there are people who like weather or paint their plastic brick built things. I mean, at least I assume there are people out there, but it's not as common to do this. And so yeah, the shield is a bit annoying that it doesn't like stay on the crocodile clamp. But yeah, I've coated the backside as well, and now there is the stilt for the lance. Today I have a black shirt. I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my god, I want to wear this Valhalla shirt that I got like a couple months ago. I like Valhalla as a game. And I like the shirt. It's a good quality. It's a winter t-shirt, for lack of a better term, because it's one of those like heavy shirts where it's like really thick material. The only thing I don't like about this shirt is that the collar is like really high up, and it always feels like I'm getting strangled a bit. Like, would have been better if the collar is like more here. But it always feels like I have put this on the wrong way, like backwards. But it clearly isn't, because this is the front print. Or maybe it isn't, maybe it's the back print. But yeah, it's a bit too high for my taste. Yeah. But other than that, it's a cool little shirt. Also, if you are watching and you want to talk about a certain topic, you can say it, but you can also let Faith decide. There is a wheel mechanic. If you type in !spin into the chat, it should bring up a spinning wheel, and with some topics, with some talking points on it. So yeah, so now I've painted all the 3 parts. Stream is over. Thank you for watching. Good night. No, of course not. But I have now to sand additional parts. Ah, what a joy! What a joy! But maybe I can yap a bit more when I sand. But usually when I paint, I go quiet, because like painting is it's so intense. I'm like, oh, what I'm even doing here? I don't know. Did someone drink my like paintbrush thinner? Someone drink it? It gets less and less and less. Someone is drinking it, isn't it? Like, I should drink too, like some green tea. Let Dorothy have a sip too. Look. Yum yum yum. And now, what was the color that was painted this before? Was it like just gray? It was just gray, I guess, because yeah, it's just gray. Okay, I need this. I might need this. So there is the main star. There's the Lancer in the box, and I will now attempt to paint all those armor parts, because I can remove them easily. It's just like what's it called? an exoskeleton underneath, and now we can just pull them off. And this is really like how you should do it. It's like kind of like a play feature that you I can change the chop and the equipment of this little figure. So oh my god, how advanced, what a novel concept that this is. Okay, I just those parts plenty. I don't know if I will stream so long today because I'm really tired a bit. And let me just bring down the camera a bit. Okay, so maybe a bit, like this. Okay. What was it? What is this present called? Okay, so I can also show you what I'm working on for Friday. Hi there, Barak. We didn't get the info that you started. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I heard that sometimes it happens. I was actually on time. I was surprised by myself, to be honest. And I don't have a scissor still on the wall. Okay. Let's see. But sometimes this happens. If I had the time and also like some nice graphics, then I would like post it online on my socials too. Maybe I will do this at some point. But then again, if I do this like twice a week and I don't post anything else, it might become like like monotone thing, and people won't like pay attention anymore. So yeah, I don't know. It's not that important. I mean, if you drop by and see me do stuff, you can hang out a bit and maybe we can chat a bit. But yeah. So yeah. But like I said, feel free to spin the wheel. Let's see if we hit another conversation point. I did not update it, but I'm curious if it works. Oh, there it is. So what should we talk about today? Ooh, pre-ordering. Did I write this ordering? Did I misspell it? I don't know. I feel the art of pre-order some items. Okay. So, as you might know, if you are in the figure collecting hobby space, you might be tempted to pre-order certain items because like figures and basically all this merchandise stuff is working. There is an announcement at some point from a company who's making figures. You order figures directly from Kotobukiya. Yeah, that's a way to do it. I mean, they have quite the good Kotobukiya and Good Smile Company. I think are the only two like major companies who have at least tried to get a somewhat competent European network of like vendors. So you can buy those figures locally for a reasonable good price. Doesn't really benefit you anymore to order them directly from Japan or from China or whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, usually how this works is that a company posts an image of a figure or a certain item. Canon is devilish easy anime for this season. From this season, okay. I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. But I might look into it. So, and now this is just a picture, you know, it's just an artwork. Recently, I finished the Nina and Android review, and there is a brief scene where you can see this announcement. And I was under the impression that from announcement to like finished product, this didn't took so long, because I was like, oh, they announced it, and like it was like when the show was still like at least running, and then like maybe a year, maybe like 9 to 12 months later, I had the figure. But this was not true. Like, I was deceived. I was like, I had like a segment in the video where I was like, oh, this is came out very quickly, but in reality it took almost like 2 years. So I mean, still relatively quick, but yeah, 2 years. So really nice comedy, lots of love. Interesting part, or the hi, welcome to the stream. Interesting part is that when it comes to comedy in anime, I usually have to, I don't find it very funny. I don't dislike it. I can watch a nice like comedy show or like a funny show, but usually I don't find it very funny. Like the things that people usually like hold in high regards as a comedy anime, I'm like, yeah, I guess it's funny, but it's not like, there are other shows like more Western, like adult animation, that I find much more funny, where I like really, sometimes I even laugh out loud. So I showed my wife all Gakino Tsukai movies. Okay. But yeah, so like, I don't know, it's usually usually comedy is not the reason why I watch anime. It's more like the action and the drama and like the suspense, but comedy, it's okay. It's like with fan service. I mean, I don't like really need fan service in my shows that much, but if it's there, I don't complain, but it's not the reason why I watch anime. There are other like media you can consume if you like, that are more efficient in that regard. And about pre-ordering, will you buy more of the maybe, I guess so, because like there are like 30-minute fantasy, there is like 30-minute missions, and then there is like the 30-minute sisters, and of course like Oki would gladly pressure me into buying all of them. But I don't know, if it comes to like building stuff, I might prefer robots and more abstract structures rather than like humanoid figures, like all those waifu kits. But yeah, I would not be surprised if I order or at least buy some of them in the future, because let's be honest, they are very affordable, for lack of a better term. So I mean, I don't have any pre-order, like the urge to pre-order model kits right now, because I don't have like the insight of what is coming out and what might be like desirable. It's more like figures. But usually there is like, I found like it's kind of funny, because pre-order or not pre-order, this is like a really huge debate that ever so often comes up in certain like forums or on certain like threads, and people are like, this is the reason why I never pre-order, or this is the reason why I pre-order all my figures, and I like, I mean, it's is this like really a personality trait already? I mean, I mean, do whatever you want. I mean, it was like the only thing that I like, or I if I pre-order figures, I'm really looking forward to sites that let me pre-order items without any down payment. Started back in my days with the old Nippon Yasen scam site. Never had any like complaints about them until they closed shop. But like I said, since I don't do any prepayments for figures, I was not like really affected. Of course, all my few pre-orders got like deleted and like terminated, but I don't care. It's not like that. Usually when I pre-order a figure, it is just because I see it, I want it, I put it in my card, like I order it, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. Because sometimes it takes like a year until it's released. Sometimes it takes 2, sometimes it takes like forever. And but it's never like, oh my god, I need this, and if I don't get this, if I cannot obtain this figure, I will be so sad. I don't have this, like, I don't have like strong feelings about figures, because let's be honest, there is so much stuff you can buy and can collect from all the series. If you don't get this one, there will be a next one at some point. So even if you are a huge fan of a series and there is like a statue that you really want to have, a friend of mine was like a big LOL, League of Legends fan, and a couple of years ago they suddenly started to produce like really high grade statues and figures of those characters. And it was always like they started like kind of small with like some nandroids and like basic scale figures, and now they produce like really high class statues, and it's always like one is better than the other. There is a new one announced, and you say to, and it always was like the argument, I need this one, and then I stop. It's always like this one, and then I stop. Some gambling fallacy. But of course, the next one that was released was even better and even more crazier and even like more out there, and maybe a character that there is a new champion that you also like, and there is no like end game for this kind of stuff. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There is no like, okay, there are like 100 items out there, and if you want to collect them, you can hunt them down. It's not like Pokemon. There is no end game. There, like with Pokemon, you had like 150 in the original game, and then it was then you collected them all. You catch them all. Then it's you could rest. But with figures, there will always be new figures. Always figures you like. There will always be like Miku. There will always be a new like big bombastic Miku figure that is costing like 300, 400 euros now. And if you don't get it, so what? Next year there will be an even crazier one out there. So I had the same with Garage Kit. Sometimes I had to wait years until there will be X people ordering, so you can start producing it. Yeah, Garage Kit, it's a totally different game. So that's I'm just referring to normal pre-painted, mass-produced figures that you really don't have to worry about. I just don't want to stop. Yeah, for sure. Now it's like I guess it's a bit of, I mean, some collectors, at least I assume, based on their writing and based on their like behavior online, that they are a bit younger, maybe like in their teens or tweens. So it's a bit like mentally more of a challenge, I guess, to do stuff like that. If you have like a limited budget, or if you have like convinced someone that you can buy this figure or can display this figure. But then again, yeah, there are like like exceptions to this, because then let's say, okay, there is Miku. Miku is like a digital diva thing, like it comes from the what is called the synthesizer thing from is it Yahama? I guess it's Yahama. And then it got like character-wise, it's now like a mascot thing. Basically, it's just a more prettier Hello Kitty. And then there was like those like AI or like a virtual idol characters that were like a bridge between like Miku and VTubing. There was like this, what is it called, Kitsune AI, or this one girl, and then there was like a Super Sonico thing. Basically all characters that had no like media behind it, but just like the illustrations and the style. Hello, Kageframe Studios. Hello there. Nice you came by. We have like a bit of a pre-order discussion because someone spun the wheel on Twitch. I don't know if this works on YouTube as well. I tried it, but I guess it did not work. Maybe I have to look into this. She was the first VTuber a decade ago, or was it 15 years ago? Yeah, I don't know, but the point I want to make is with VTubing, there was like the big burst when HoloLive EN, the English crew, came around. It was like, was it like in the middle of the pandemic, like COVID times? And then of course there were the first figures released. Guess there was the Nandroid line. There was the Gura Nandroid that was super popular. And I was like talking to a friend of mine. I was like, I don't get it why people rush to buy like the Nandroid or buy this one pop-up figure of Gurai, when there clearly will be dozens of other figures, because this is a big hit and she's popular and whatnot. And he was like, I don't know, because like other with Miku, behind those VTube avatars, there are real humans behind those avatars, and if they stop like producing content for whatever reason, then of course there won't be like a figure of them anymore. So, and seeing that this is VTubing is just basically like digital idol stuff at this point. Yeah, I can see that. So maybe they are relevant for like 2 years and then they might stop being relevant. And so yeah, so with VTuber figures, it might be an exception that you have to buy certain figures if you really want them. I would not count that there will be another one at some point. It doesn't show on Twitch or YouTube the chat on screen. What? It doesn't show on Twitch or YouTube the chat on screen. No, that they're still there. No, they are still there. They now got collab with Gundam. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Miku did a collaboration with Gundam, so yeah. I mean, I can see both chats. I can see the YouTube chat and the oh, the chat is okay. There is no chat at all. Huh. Interesting. Why? Interesting. Normally there should be a chat. Huh. I don't know. I can see it, but it is not here. Let me check something really quick, because I think I did not open a program that I need to. Huh. I had all the time to prepare. Okay, normally it should be here. Let's see. It boots up. It connects. I will try it. Let me type something. Hi. Why is it all caps? Ah, okay. Now there's something on the screen. So, but I did this over the program, so I don't know if everything. All right, now it's connected. Okay. Maybe I can try this in the normal chat as well. Ah, now it goes. Okay, so yeah, I did not load the program. I was unaware that you need to load in the app as well. I was thinking that it's running in the background or something. Okay. Oh well. Another thing I've learned. But I really want to update the chat function as soon as possible. As soon as I have a bit more time on my hand. I can look into this. I would assume that at some point I will hit a paywall at some sort. But maybe I find a free version of a chat that looks nice and works well. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I've already received a payment invitation from Ami for another Girls Band Cry figure. So yeah. Right now I'm really ordering and buying so much figures, more than I have ever done so in a long time. Basically because I need them to produce content, but then it's just a lie, because I have now a pretty substantial backlog. But also I want to fill my showcase with figures. I don't want to wait 10 years until this is full. So yeah, okay. So we need to wait for another 41 minutes to spin it again. So glad that is working. Do you resell? Yeah, of course. When I was in my apartment in Vienna, I had very limited space, and I was like, okay, I want to have new figures, but I also need this. I don't want to have more cabinets or something, so I just resold those figures. Usually I bought them if it wasn't like a really nice character that I wanted to have. I just bought them, made my review, made my figure photo, what most of the time takes like month, not like days or weeks, but month. So you have them on display for a certain time, and then I resold them. Not to make a profit. Most of those figures I sold for a loss, but just to get rid of them and just to regain a little bit of money. So I was not like a scalper or someone was like, oh, this is was now gaining in value. And also most of the time I don't like really take good care of my figures, not because I want to destroy them, but I do figure photos, I put them into sets, I put them like next to in the workshop. I don't handle them with like gloves. So, and I also film them, and so I touch them, and I handle them a bit rougher than some people might. So it's not like a. Also the boxes, and some of the boxes are really in a rough shape after the reviews, when I flail them around just for entertainment purposes. I don't have to resell most of the time. I just give them. Oh, okay, yeah, that's. I mean, I gave away. It was a really wasn't a stupid thing to do, but most of my manga, DVD, and like other merchandise collection that I had, like from my early days in the fandom, I just gave them away on conventions with a little what's it called, like a scavenger hunt where you just put out clues and people can find like certain things on the convention area and the location, and then when they bring it to me, then they will receive a prize, and the prize was just my old merchandise. This was before I knew that I can also like quite easily resell things, and yeah. If this would happen like 3 or 4 years later, I would just basically sold them on like eBay or like other like sites where you can privately sell stuff to people. Yeah. Barbaric. Yeah, I mean it was like, for me it was like a bit of a like promotion, but it was fun to do it. But nowadays I just I don't have to resell the figures anymore because I want to fill up my showcase as quickly as possible. But if I hit a certain roadblock, I might do it again. So I'm not bound to any figures. Also, I don't know how a figure will endure over time, to be honest. I mean, there are still some issues in regards of like decolorization, like color is fading on those figures, especially if you put them in a like normal spot, like where there's sunlight. Don't want to have them in a bunker with no windows. I just want to display them where it's nice. And also like some of them are starting to lean. All figures that were leaked. Yeah, I don't know if this is still a thing. I think they got better with like the material composing over time. Some of the old figures are terrible in regards to like the material now, especially those like smaller tradable figures like the Gashapon stuff, where it's basically just either it's like gets super hard and like brittle, or it gets like gooey and goes back to oil. Lately my more critical on my figure picks, so before pre-order I'm thinking hard if I really want to order it. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. I mean, figures are at least resellable to a certain extent. Not as good as other items because they are like bulky and need protection in those boxes. Then people might be picky when it comes to like private selling, and yeah, usually I don't like use private buyers that much, because when I look around on my figure collection, it's really hard to get a good deal on those figures. And let's be honest, most of the selling contains or takes place in the US, and so even if people would be willing to ship internationally, what most of them aren't, it would be like not wise to do it because of like taxes and maybe customs. So yeah. Price of second-hand manga is now, I don't know. Price of first-hand manga is also ridiculous, but I mean, goddamn, man, you're really sounding the shit out of those plastic pieces. Do I? This is like, I don't know. Do I? Is it too much? It's barely any like grit on those papers. I will wash them eventually. I guess I will wash them and then I will just put them on. There's more water than anything on here. I'm a sanding person. So sanding so much. It's really a nice thing to do. But I guess I have to use a new slip very soon because this gets very soggy. So yeah. Yeah, and most of my figures that I sold, I did it locally on a convention, because that's so much less hassle. Than doing it online. I do have a few like items on my wish list, and sometimes they pop up for sale, but most of the time it's not a good price, or they don't ship it, or I'm like, nah, I don't want it anymore. That bad. So I'm sticking to pre-ordering stuff. Support this industry with like a timely placed order, so that they can calculate their profit margins. Oh my god. I really would like to have more insight in figure production. Sounds like an interesting field. Let me see. Now we're living in the times that anime became mainstream, and we got so many anime tourists that are super toxic. I guess. I mean, luckily I don't interact with people so much. So I don't. But yeah, it's like the same with anything. So many things, prices went up just by that. I mean, the only thing that I noticed, and that I'm not a really big fan of, is like the convention crowd, and I wouldn't say that's the reason because I stopped attending them, but it certainly did not help in that regard. Is that basically the people that are now visiting a convention are just normal people, like normal like youth people. Like they like to party, they like to drink, they like to do crazy stuff, and it's not that much different than any other like music festival or other like events where youth comes together. So it feels a bit more like disfocused. So yeah. Okay, let's do the other leg as well, and then I will just wash them and let's paint them. Let's start with the bigger parts. Also, I can check if the metallic coating is already dried. If I can maybe put another layer down. Why doesn't this come off? Ah, now it does. Okay. About the figures, I wanted to order PA-15 car costume figure. Really, price was like 24k Japanese yen, but I talked to ex-Kurugan and he said I should wait for a discount. Now this figure costs over. Yeah, that's the gamble. I mean, some of them are getting discounted very well and very viciously, and some of them aren't. I mean, luckily I did not had so much. I'm a fan of Girls Frontline, but most of the figures that came out were just like costumes, like from the banners. And I was like, I want those figures in their normal outfit, in the standard gear, and there weren't much to buy, so I did not. And the one that I finally obtained with heavy production delays, I sold again. So yeah. Can I click those links? I can click the links. Aha. I allow them to be posted. Oh, that one. Yeah, that's a cute one. That's a cute one. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty pricey. Huh. I had the like schoolgirl version of her, and I've shot her in the like behind the, or in front of the Arc de Triomphe. Not the real one, but a miniature version of it, because the gun is French. So yeah, thought this was a little bit of an inside thing. Yeah. Come to think about, I dropped like Girls Frontline 2 pretty soon because I did not have the time to play it, but it was a really fun game. I played the first one on mobile until my phone like died. And but I also only like was interested in the designs and the characters, because the lore of the game was always like, okay, I mean, good thing there are like people who explain you the lore or read it to you, because I'm not a huge fan of those like games where I have to read a lot like without like dialogue, especially on mobile phones. I really going out of my way to read the FX Senshi manga on mobile, on a mobile reader, just to read ahead, because I don't want to wait until the anime comes out this year. But that's a thing I normally don't do. For me, not playing mobile games like, for example, Blue Archive, but I freaking love those figures. Yeah, Blue Archive is another great one. Got so many great figures, so many great designs, and honestly, I don't care. I'm not a person who is like, oh, you should not buy or like adore those figures or even collect them if you don't like be a real fan and play the game or watch the show. I mean, some people like do this because I guess they are afraid that if everyone buys those figures, then they have a hard time doing so. But then again, like Blue Archive figures is like, oh my god. They are so pretty, but there are also so many of them, so I guess at some point you will get one that you like. But this is, I guess, this is the downside of all those like high quality live service and mobile and gacha games that are sprung from the Genshin Impact case study, because like Genshin Impact was the first one where it was like, oh, a mobile game or a gacha game don't have to be like crappy and like tedious to play, and so of course now you have like so many of them but so little time to play. So at some point I wanted to try Honkai Star Rail on my old PC that is currently like running this stream, and for some reason none of my PCs are built for gaming, so I'm not wondering. They are all more built for like content creation. And I was like booting the game up, and for some reason this PC always had like problems with video games. And I booted it up, then the intro sequence played because it was just a normal like video file that is playing, and as soon as I want to boot in the game, I'm out. Back to the desktop, it crashed, and then I never touched it again, because I'm not the guy who's troubleshooting PC games. In that regard, I can fully understand Oki, who's also like give me a console or give me nothing, because I don't want to troubleshoot PC games. You don't have to like artists to enjoy her music. Yeah, sure. I mean, for music, I totally also can get this, because I like music from certain people, or like as a genre, or as a like as a composition. But most of the time, I cannot like give a damn about the artist behind it. I would never like attend a concert only to see this person in flesh and to be there. I don't know. It doesn't really. I mean, I like the music and the style, but the person itself who produces the music, I don't know. I don't have to. It's good that they can make a living out of it, and that they are like making good money, so they don't. I guess they don't need my personal support that much. Yeah. The only thing I have to keep track of are like not to overspend with pre-order any figures, and then, because that's the downside. And even if you have like a nice little spending plan, and you are aware when those figures are being released, most of the time they are getting delayed, and for some reason they all come out at the same like period, like 1 month or like in a 2-month span, and so you end up with like 2 or 3 pre-orders that are turning into like real products, and so you have to pay them, and now you have a pretty huge bill. That sucks. But okay, so I wanted to like show the like base that I'm doing. Let me show this. I know that I want to do this. Is it this one? Yeah. So for the that's overexposed, but for the Toho figure as well, I'm rebuilding the space. But yeah, it's a bit overexposed. I can try to. Oh, okay. This is not glued on yet, but it's kind of the same thing. So I'm trying to get this looking like the real base. So this is what I'm doing on Fridays, and on Mondays I'm sitting here and sanding and painting parts. I hope this Lancer kit will be turning out good, and if it does, I will mount it to a base, like a little diorama base, and I can hide the cables, and I can mount like a battery box to it, and then I can have it illuminate if you turn it on, of course, because I will not go with like yeah, it's a bit white. It does look better in person. The camera is a bit overexposed, but it does look like the original base, even if the first stone lamp that I placed on is not the same angle. So I'm curious how this will fit the figure. I guess we can do this next Friday, that I try to mount the real figure on the fake base, just to know what's up, if this works or not. What the base? The any plans for the colors of the base or for the Lancer? I mean, the base will be the same color as the original. Plans for plans for plans for Mittwoch. Plans for Wednesday. I guess I will do the same thing I did today. I will spend my my morning picking up the last remaining grass tiles for the garden and install them. Because I was like, should I do this tomorrow? Like the whole thing, like 50 instead of like 30 square meter, and I was like, no, that's too much of a hassle. I will stick to my original plan and do it on 3 days. And after that, yeah, I don't know. I might do a little birthday stream, but since I did not prepare anything, I might just like do like model kit or like diorama building things. Well, a thing that I might be fun to do, and I have to look into if this can be done. I can bring the big microphone from the studio down here, like the podcast microphone, and I might do like some singing. Like I can do some karaoke here. Even the acoustic might be terrible in this place, but then again, I don't know. There is so much stuff here that it's better than it was like an empty room. And this room was empty. It was like, holy shit, that echoed so hard. Even if you are old, we still have you in our heart. Oh, I mean, old. I never was a huge like. I did not care about like people's age so much. And at some point, it does not really matter anymore. I mean, there is like, if you are like, until you become like an adult, of course it does matter to you and also to other people as well. But at some point, it doesn't make any difference if you are like 35 or 42 or 55. I don't know. Does it make a big difference? Either you live an interesting and eventful life or you don't. Doesn't. If you're just like wait for something good to happen, yeah. Guess what? It might not turn out so good. Yeah, I'm leveling up. That's for sure. I'm curious about the level cap though. The problem starts when you're by Werther's or warm socks as for gift. Oh no, like Werther's original. I don't like. It's like, oh my god, that's such a crap sweet thing to have. Like even as a kid, I never liked them. It's like I know caramel is like a good thing, but those like bonbons, no thank you. They make other great products like Werther's as a company. They have like their portfolio widened, but the original bonbons, where they are got famous with, no. And socks are a great gift. I constantly need new underwear. I was like, that's a bit of an embarrassing story, but like this month I was like, I need new underpants, and I was like, I don't want to go like shopping for underwear in the clothes store. So I was like going to the big department store that has like basically everything from groceries to like stationaries and like electronics and everything, and also a section with like basic clothes. And I was like, okay, I will grab some of those. It's just underwear. Nobody sees them. I don't care. And I was standing there, and they had like those boxer shorts, and I looked at the price of them and I was like, oh my god, those are so expensive. I was like, because this is like a budget store as well, and I was like, holy, are they really that expensive, or is it just like that they, or is it like gas station prices that they are not? No, I don't know. So I've bought like 4 of them, and I was like, maybe I should like hint to some of my friends and family that I might need some clothes. So yeah. Yeah, so socks as a gift. I mean, like, I like getting socks as a gift that don't have to be like special socks, but of course nowadays you have like those like crazy socks with like cute motifs on them and like mismatched socks. So it's more like a gift thing now. But I also like normal black socks because it's a good gift. 12 minutes. 12 minutes to go. Time flies. So yeah. On a side note, it's not strictly about pre-ordering, but when I was in Vienna, I still had one of those like loot boxes that I was subscribed to. So that every month you get a loot box. But of course I was clever and I used like those edible loot boxes where you had like basically Voreigen, like Japanese. Don't be coy. Like treats in them, like sweets and salty snacks. And so yeah, we got them and we opened them and we shared them with friends. And is it overpriced? Yes, of course, but not so much. Because, I mean, yeah, there are like Asian supermarkets where you can buy some of those, but not all of them. And if you buy them solo on the web, it's also kind of expensive. And if you buy them at a convention also, so, I mean, those treats are a bit more expensive than your typical low brand chocolate. So yeah, but yeah, this was a okayish thing to have. Loot boxes with like items in it. I don't know. This sounds just like a waste of money. And it's a good opportunity for the companies to get rid of things and inventory they don't sell. But yeah, I mean, if you are a super like broad, if you have a super broad taste and you like everything and you need some like stationary items or some shirts, well, I mean, why not? But usually I don't like those loot bags and like lucky bags at conventions. So yeah, groceries got up, even in Germany. Now imagine how bad it's here, because we always got scammed when it comes to this. But then we have like you can go like 50 meters in every direction and you eventually will hit a supermarket, so that's have to be good for something. So yeah, because the thing with those loot boxes is first, of course, the shops that sell them and basically they started with like normal shops that sold them on the side, but then of course you had like shops that only specialized in this business, and they got really tacky, and you know, it looked really like unprofessional. And I know that in Japan you have those like lucky bags as well. There is even like a special day, like shortly after New Year, where you can go into stores and buy some some lucky bags. And they even tried this like with like normal electronics and stuff as well here, where you go like to an electronic store, and they had those like basically loot boxes that you could buy. But yeah, the thing is like, and this was like, it's also extend to like raffles for artists and small creators at the convention. It's a great thing to get people involved and to make some money. But then of course we didn't do this as much, because we always thought, okay, you're buying like 5 or 6, even maybe 10 tickets for a raffle, and you get something out of it because you have to, because otherwise it would be like gambling and you are not allowed to offer this kind of service. So every ticket has to at least win something, and so you end up with some stuff, and you spend like 10 or 20 bucks, and if you really like the artist, you could have take those 20 bucks and just buy one item that you really want to have, like one artwork or one motif, and not just like buy those raffle tickets because they might be cheap or might look like a good value. Okay. Fukubukuro lucky bag, mystery bag, yeah. There is like one more chat. I'm buying retro console magazine here. The only difference is that in Austria it's 2 or more. Yeah, we have also like this kind of like higher like taxes, so some our book prices are also a bit higher, but Redbacks, they're doing the new year cleaning as religious there. Yeah. I was there. I've seen the things. Okay, so now we'll just wash those parts. A bit more fairer than I washed the shield, because there was some gawk in it, and now it's on the shield. But honestly, I don't care. And that's already dry. That's nice. That's nice. So we can do this as well. So should I paint this now? I guess I paint this. Let's use the red one before I get into break. And if I'm come back, maybe the wheel will be activated once again. So there are also more commands with the what's called the exclamation point that you can use. I guess if you type exclamation point command or commands, I don't know, it might give you a list or a link for all the commands that are available. Yeah, some of them are just like basic stuff, but some of them are just fun. Let's see. I can already see this is like steel red. Oh my god, so red. Should I now hit those spots where I did not cover it with paint last time? I guess I can do this. Maybe this gives it a bit of a cool effect. Then again, I don't know. Is this not shaking up enough? Alright. Or maybe I should like mix it with a bit of a blue. I guess I can chip away some of the paint later on and replace it with some rust. And then of course we have the weathering kits with the dry paste, so that might even push it a little bit further. I cannot see any difference between this and the other color. I mean, if the top is similar, also the paint is similar, it makes sense. I have to call in some Dora investigator here, and maybe she can tell me the difference between those two colors. But at least it dries quick, so this is a nice little bonus. But this has to be has to do something with those metallic colors, because every time I use metallic colors, also for normal acrylic stuff, I always have to feel that it dries up fairly quickly, so there's something in there. I don't really want to know how this is like made. I mean, why is it like shimmering? Why is a matte paint matte? Why is a glossy paint glossy? Chemicals. Super interesting though. I mean, basically it's just a liquid. I guess there are some like, what was it called? Pigments in it. But then, why is something glossy and why is something like matte? Don't know how they do it. It's magic. Tell you that. And all for the low price of like 2 or 3 euros. Do you use wet palette? At least I know what this is. No, I don't, but I might can do this. I can use a wet palette. Should I use a wet palette? Should I use one piece of paper towel as a wet palette? Might be a good idea to do it, huh? I mean, I gotta say, this metallic coating at least like gets rid of all the flaws quite easily. It's not. It's so shiny. I can almost like see the reflections of the studio lights. More gloss, less pigment, more resin. Oh, okay. White palette is for thinning paint and not making them paint dry. You can use it after a few days. So it does okay. It does not like a sponge. Huh? I've heard that wet palette painting is like a thing when doing like miniatures, like all those like Warhammer figures. They like to use it. So I guess as a base layer, this might be sufficient. And once this dried up, I can use a bit of a color here and there. Let's see what we got. On black underpaint, it will make the metallic paint better. Yes, the thin your paint means. Without that, it's just caked mud on a figure. The will? Did it okay. Did it not try it again if it, but it I think it doesn't work as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Oh no. Where did it land? Pre-ordering again. Let me do this. I guess I can override it. In my thing, I can do this. Aha. It's more university. So you hit the commercial spot. Yay. Well, could still be interesting. Why are there like 2 glasses with water now? Can hide the wheel. Let me just wash those parts, and then I will come back, and then we can talk a little bit about more university. And yeah. So see you in a minute. Okay. So all the parts are somewhat washed and dried and ready to be painted gray. Okay. So we spun the wheel a second time and we have more university as a talking point. So okay. When I started, let's start at the beginning. When I started doing figure photos, it was just a little thing I did on the side when I had the time to do it. Based on that, it's not like any other than it was back then, but for the longest time my main focus was on video production and convention hopping and like event coverage, and so figure photos was just like a thing I did on the side. Does not mean that there weren't like good photos from this era. Some of them are still like to an extent where I think, how was I able to do this back then with the knowledge and materials I had access to, but somehow I did. But when I started, when I dropped out of the convention game, and when I then I got bored because there was no hobby that I could like pursue anymore to that extent, and so I was like, I can like focus on figures more than I ever did, because I might get too old for conventions, but figures, why not? I mean, this looks like a fun hobby. I can still do this. I don't have to like attend events or like have to like be around other people like and feel out of touch or out of place. And so I started to be more active in the figure community and to do more figure stuff, like try to get more photos on a bigger scale and with like a bigger projects, and also enjoyed like building stuff way more than I did the whole like real photographing task, like setting up the picture and like choosing what aperture time and oh, thank you for the follow-on. I guess I was there an alert? Did I miss it? I don't know. Of course, thank you for following the channel. And so yeah, I always enjoyed like building stuff way more than the process of the photo itself. And yeah. And then I was like, I have to come up with a name for this project, because I was like, I always had like a name for everything. Even back then, for the convention days, I had a name for the project, and I was like, oh, I will do the same with the figure photos as well. So I didn't want to have like my name or even my nickname, of course, and just like photos or something attached to it. I wanted to have like some cleverness to it, so I came up with Moe University, because like Moe is just like the cover E of yesteryear. Like Moe is a certain trait to a character that can be interpreted, so that I can speak proper, as cute or like appealing to some degree, like a fetish, one could say. So like knee socks can be a moe point, or like this ahoge thing, that the hair strain that is standing up, or like mismatched eye colors, basically everything. And yeah, I thought, why not? I like this term more than like cute or kawaii or like all this new crap that people are saying, this lingo. And university was like moe kyun. Yeah, that's for the maid cafe. Because I really like this like university like campus aesthetic, like the sweatshirts and those like logos and the different houses, like the frat houses and those institutions. Yeah, I don't know. And so I created the name and the logo. And nowadays it's kind of a bit of a like, it's like in a certain way it's like the con is highs. At least this one had like the con in the name, so you could like guess what it's about. But for Mo University, there is no indication that it's mainly about like figures and figure photography and maybe reviews and whatnot. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that Moe might be associated more with like Mo, like the English word, the English name Mo. So of course, like the famous most famous example is like Mo Sislak from The Simpsons. So for like search engine optimization and for like searchability, it's not the greatest name and brand, I guess. But honestly, this was something that I did not like spend any consideration when I created this. I just wanted to have like a brand where I can post my stuff, so that's a bit more cohesive. And I also didn't want to spam this on my normal like social media channels that I have, like my private stuff. So I want to like split this apart, and so I did. The Simpsons Mo, yeah. I mean, I like The Simpsons, especially the like golden era, like the classic ones, like up to like season 8, or at least like single digit season. And back in the day when we were on conventions, we always had like Simpsons quotes and running gags. So it was a good show. It still is a relatively good show, I would say. So yeah. I also found out that there is like some sort of I guess it's an African da. How is this like pronounced in English? I don't I can't like do it. I know what it sounds like, but it's hard to pronounce. Like, isn't it in German is 9? Isn't it 9? Isn't it? Like, it's all a blur now, to be honest. So yeah, I found out that some like organizations in Africa are also like operating under the Moe banner. So if you type this in like Google and see what comes up, you might get some like African stuff as well. So that's quite interesting. Also, the like Mo University Twitter handle was not available anymore because of this. So I had to basically made a typo for the official like Twitter handle. Yeah, so that's a fun detail. And yeah, I mean, I also found out that when we did the Connie's Heis, we had our gang, our peeps, our fam, for a bit of a new lingo. We called it the crew, but we were like a bit of quirky, and we called it a crew spelled with a K in the beginning instead of a C. So we always had like the crew, and at some point I found out that crew, like the word with the K, is also like a blood in Polish, I think. And so I was like, it's like fitting, because you know, like blood is thicker than water, and it's about our like group of friends, our friendship group. So I was like, I did not intend it to be, yeah, crew, blood, yeah. So it was a coincidence. But yeah. Usually I'm always like, no, I don't. I don't. I mean, the only Slavic things I can speak are like curse words, of course. And yeah, but other than that, I mean, we had like most of the, or at least all of the contractors we worked for the past like 4 years to renovate the house and the garden were Polish people. And that's also funny because basically, how is it so often the case? There is like this one guy who speaks like German and Polish like very well, so he can at least translate to the other guys. But the boss, like the boss of the company, who is of course like an Austrian guy, doesn't speak one word of Polish, so that's a bit strange. So if you have like if it's your job and if you have to be like around those people day and night, it's a bit strange, huh? So that you can't really communicate with them proper. So yeah. But yeah. But like I said, I'm not a big language guy. I never was, because I knew if I learn a new language and I don't use it on a constant basis, it's just a waste of time. I will forget so many things. I will be afraid to speak it. I will not like be able to hold a long conversation, and so I never was interested in learning new languages. Never felt into the Duolingo trap, where just the gamification of language. And of course nowadays with like artificial intelligence and like all those stuff on the horizon, we might come finally close to simultaneous translation and hassle-free translation. So even less reasons to pick up a new language. And then of course I had a bad start with like Japanese, because it's the one language that even if you learn it, if you speak it, bobber, even then, if you are not a Japanese people or not an Asian looking person, they don't like take you for full, even if you speak it. I've heard so many stories from people in our like friend group, or like people we know that speak Japanese really, really well. You basically can't tell if you close your eyes, and they talk to like in Japan to people, and sometimes they can't communicate because like the mental frame is not working, and so even if it's spoken the same language, they tend to not understand you, or they get annoyed. But sometimes they say it's an interesting thing, because if you understand all the conversations around you, you can pick up on when somebody is like bad mouthing you, like in public transport or something like that. So yeah. Are those Poles here with us in the room? Oh, we triggered the like who knows? Maybe some Poles are here. I know. I got this. But yeah. My tummy is like making noises. I'm so now I'm starting to get hungry. Let's phrase it this way. I was like, should I eat something before I start the stream, or should I start the stream on point, on time? And yeah, I chose the second one. So if I close out the stream, I will go for a nice midnight snack. Such a healthy lifestyle. But I worked so hard today. It's really hard work. Oh my god. My wife had French in school, had Spanish. I had Spanish, and I don't remember a thing about. I know where they but I know when they badmouth me. Yeah. Isn't it funny that the like swear words and stuff like that, you pick up the easiest, and you even if you don't hear them all the time, for some reason they stick in your head. It's like the same with like even with like Japanese or well, like Chinese. It's the one thing that lives rent free in your head. Let's turn around. Maybe it's about the intent. Yeah. So this can be set up as well, I guess. That's nice. That's so good. So yeah, and then what about Moe University? I had a website, because I had a website when I did Decon is Heist, so of course I rented a website, and that I built a website. And since this was before everyone could wipe code something, I had to use like WordPress and like all those templates, and so yeah, it was like and then making a website is not the hard part. That's quite easy, especially just building the framework and the layout for the website. But then you reach the point where you have to fill in those websites with information, and that's the hard part, because what should I write? And it gets even harder if you build a website that relies on constant blog posts, basically, and just like new entries, where it's not just a site that tells you a certain information, like opening hours or an address. So yeah, I found out that this takes time, and I don't want to spend this time, so I dropped the website, or at least the making of it and the content production. So yeah. And let's be honest, nobody uses websites anymore if it's not like a super like specialized thing you have to do. And it's a bit frustrating if you put in all the work and nobody watches or consumes it. And so if I have to write something nowadays, because I like to write articles from time to time, I just put them on my figure collection, where I still have my just AD8to-check or just A2check name, because it's an older, it's a legacy account. And so yeah. What was the blog? Just moreuniversity.com. There is an internet, a website. Yeah. Okay, Brody, I'm going to sleep. There is work to be done tomorrow. See you next time. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by to the stream. Wish you a great day tomorrow. I'm also have to do quite a few things tomorrow, but yeah, I will stay up and paint those parts, and maybe until midnight, I guess. Why not? And then yeah, see you again next time I'm online. Bye. I used to really enjoy reading your blogs posted back then. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed writing them, even if it was like really hard to do, to write those blog entries, because English not my first language, so I had to like write it and translate it, and you know, nowadays it's a bit easier. You can just basically write in German, and your chatbot gives you a really good translation. But yeah, I just wrote it in English, and then I have to like spell check it and everything. So for just like a few talking points to come across, it was a bit too much work to justify it in the end. But sometimes I do. And also I'm a person who doesn't like take pictures of like production stages, because I'm a bit of like ashamed, or like I don't want to see like don't want people to see like unfinished work. So I never take like so many pictures, and so yeah. Most of the time I'm I'm now finished with this thing, and I want to show people how it's made, but then I realize I did not take any like pictures. Even with the base, I now took a picture of this like thing that is over there, but I did not do this when it was like only just cardboard, or when it was like only you know, in a very early state. Okay. Oh. Okay, so now I'm curious how this will look when it's finished, to be honest. Will this look good, or will it not look good? Who knows? At some point we will see. The good thing is, regardless of the outcome, I will learn and adapt, and I will get better over time. At least if I stick to the thing. Or I might get bored and I will just start with other things. So yeah. And then of course I guess More University was like founded in 2007? No, 17. Yeah, 17. Yeah, 17. Because I've already dropped the Connie's Highs, and then I founded it. It's on the extended logo. The year date. It's always kind of silly when like businesses write established and then they pick a super recent date. So it's cool if you have like established in 1789 or like 1853, but if you write established in like 2005, it's like, come on. I mean, nowadays it's almost like what, 21 years ago, but still, I mean, you have to start somewhere, but maybe don't put it in the title. So I put it in the title. Just as a, I don't know, is it irony, or is it like self-awareness, or is it just trolling? I don't know, but I did. And so, yeah. And then of course I had like to do all the like over the time I gathered all the social accounts. It's really annoying to do. I don't know. It's like you have like you get on the internet, and then over time you create your social media accounts for your like private usage. Like you have your MySpace, you have your Facebook, and you have your Instagram, and what was like popular at the time, and then you have to do it all over again for like your hobby site, or like your brand or whatnot. So I don't know, it's not super enjoyable. I don't enjoy those things as much. Maybe that's also why I don't post so many things there. I used to be really shy about interacting online, and sometimes I regret not commenting more often, because maybe some blogs will still be active today. My English wasn't very good back then either. Yeah, I mean, I'm also like, that's the thing. Sometimes I feel like, oh, my pictures are getting not so many comments. They get like views and like sometimes even a decent amount of likes, but nobody comments it. And I'm like, why not? And then I also don't comment on pictures, because maybe because I don't want to, like I don't like want to spend like the time like scrolling to like hundreds of pictures and all type a comment. And also, and that's the main reason, I think, I want to say something meaningful, and I don't want to repeat other people. So if I also don't comment on YouTube, for example, like for like random stuff, because if I go to a YouTube video and something I come up with a clever comment, I immediately scroll down and I try to search if somebody already mentioned that, and if somebody did, I will not comment. So, so I don't want to be like the 50th person who said, I've noticed this, or this pun, or something like that. So, yeah, and it's the same with like photos, like for figure photos, to stay on the topic. Why should I be like the fifth person who say, oh, that's a nice photo, or I love this, or something like that? If I can't like bring in some like some insight, some like interesting insight, I don't comment. And then of course, what is an interesting insight? Sometimes interesting insight gets really close to critique, and nobody wants to be critiqued. That's even I don't want to be critiqued from random persons. It's like we have seen this so many times in the like artist community. As soon as you start like to be the person who says, I do like this, but have you, maybe it would be better if you do this or that, or have you tried this or that? I mean, you can phrase it a bit nicer and not be like pushy, or like what's it called, like lecturing people, but still I guess it comes across a bit of like you know, you know it better, or you try to spin it in a direction that it's about you and how you would have done it. so it's not a super nice thing to do, I think. And so nobody, I don't do it, and I don't see many people do it as well. So yeah. And also it's a bit of a meaningless point anyways, because yeah, you can critique a work, and maybe the person that takes the critique will try to implement it with the next thing he does, but the thing that's already out there and is to be critiqued, be it a movie, be it a picture, be it a video or whatnot, it won't change the final product 99% of the time. There are some people who might overwork things, but most of the time it stays the same. So even if I give you like red lines for your artwork, what's the point? It will not change the final result, because it's already finished. It's not like in a stage of flux where you just basically beg for input, so to have a better product. So it's already finished. I've been following your work for a good 9 years already, and I've already enjoyed stopping by. Oh, that's it. Oh, so long. Oh my god. I'd like to see what's new thing. And 9 years. Oh, so that's like even like longer than more university is like was a thing, isn't it? Because now we have like, I guess it's almost 10 years, isn't it? It's crazy. Time to call it quits, because I quit it like the coin is highest when it was like when it was 10-year anniversary. I'm curious how long I can do this, and I will enjoy this and doing this. Because most of the time I get bored quite quickly with a thing. Maybe that's also the reason why I'm trying to have my output, my creative output, as diverse as possible. Because if I would do the same thing all the time, like just the same like style, the same builds, even if I do them well and people like them, I would get super bored, and yeah, I will not do that. That's also the reason why I'm so happy with the new video reviews, because the old ones I did get a bit tired making them, but in Vienna I didn't really have the like equipment and the space to do anything other, so I stuck with it. But now I'm so happy that I can like experiment and try new things. I'm always saying like the old reviews were like cookie cutter things where you just get the same thing over and over again, and I mean, a good cookie can be a delicious thing, but the new ones are like loot boxes, or like you know, like surprise boxes where you don't know what you get or what you will get. So yeah. And I still like to produce videos as well. So I like the creative process even more than photo or like building stuff. But then again, I'm just a person who enjoys when something comes to fruition and comes to life. Back then, people always like associated me with like video stuff, like the filming and the editing and like the tech and the equipment, because I always had a ton of equipment, and at least in my heydays, it was like basically equipment no one other used, because it was like kind of expensive, kind of unnecessary, kind of like over the top. And so I was always like, oh, it's the camera guy or it's the filming guy. But when in reality, I did not see myself as a filming guy. I had like basic understanding about the technique and like the tech behind it. I was just like one that saw it as a tool that I need to create my vision. And so if somebody asked me about like tech specific things, I could give them my like expertise on based on my things that I know that, but I was not like making like I could not tell you what is the best camera out there and what's the difference between this or that. I was just like, I'm using this is what I have, and I try to put it to good use and see what comes from it. It's like the same with building a PC. The only time I get involved with like hardware and building PC knowledge is when I build a new PC. Then I get up to date with all the things that are currently state of the art, and after that I completely vanishes from my radar. Of course, sometimes you get like snippets of news information that something new comes out or something is in high demand, but basically I can tell you what's the best graphic card at the time, or what's the best like method of doing stuff. Slurring my words already. You can really tell you're having more fun with your new videos. I really like the way you add jokes and play around with the content. Yeah. I'm glad that you can see it and that it's notable. And I mean that's a bit. I'm not like really proud of my work, like, so to say. It's a bit like what's it called? A bad thing to be like proud of your own work. I mean, like into like to gloat your own horn so much. But I take pride in the fact that I try to do things a bit different, because I don't know people who are doing like figure reviews the way I do it. I know like the typical figure review, like where people just basically show you the box and rotate them with their hands and have them on a turntable, and maybe the background is some sort of like a showroom where with like a collection in the background, and sometimes they speak, sometimes they just put text on the screen, and I know why they don't do it, because I know that the things that I do are so much work that it's not like, it just basically is not worth it. Just film your figure, try to be up to date, try to have the new figure that arrived like or that got released like 2 weeks ago, create a little Insta reel, show them with your smartphone camera, and you're good to go. It does not need to be like a super high quality production thing. If you build it, people will come. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is, since this is already dried up, I want to see if I can add something to it. There has to be like the thing on the box. Yeah, okay. So there are like scuffs on it. Like, I cannot turn this around, but you have to believe me. There are like scuffs on it. Maybe so. Okay, then there is gawk on it. Okay, white things and gawk. Okay. Let's see if I can. What will happen if I use the panel liner on it? Let's try this out. Let's get black involved. I need something to put this here. Where is the second part of this? Can I use the? No, that's not metallic. That's just shiny. Oh well, then I don't do it. Just use your hand then. Panel lining. And I can try to have it a bit more washed. Sometimes when I do stuff and putting it out there, I really have to think about this one scene from The Simpsons. Now that we are coming back to the Mo style, when there was I don't know what the episode was called, but it's a relatively famous one where Lisa creates her own Malibu Stacy doll, like the Barbie knockoff in the Simpsons universe, and nobody buys it or nobody wants it because of like reasons, and at the end of the episode you can see one child is buying the doll, and she tries to put a positive spin on it and says, oh, if at least one person bought it and is happy with it, and then this whole thing was worth it. And basically the creator of the doll, like the person who gave her the money and the resources to do it, said like, yeah, if she pays like what $15 million for it, it would be worth it. And I think about this quote a lot, because it's easy to say that you aren't interested in like attention and likes and like fame or clout or whatever you want to call it, basically success, for a better lack of a term. But on the other side, you put this out there, so you want people to see it, and you want people to interact with it, and to like even praise it, praise you, or praise your work, or find it entertaining. You want this. If somebody tells you, no, I don't do this because like of the attention, they are lying to you. Because if you don't want the attention, or if you don't want to do this just for your own, just do it and be happy with it, and don't like show it off. Because this is the thing. When was the last time you ever did something like creative, produced something, made something, wrote something, learned something, and you don't put it out there on the internet? Not so much anymore, huh? I mean, of course, maybe you cleaned your room or you cooked something, and of course you did not post this, but even so minor things are sometimes are now worth a post, or like a status update. So just to let people know that you did this. And honestly, if this is what motivates you, why not? I mean, nothing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just dropped a major drop the major black no, so much black ink is not needed. But if this motivates you to create something, why not? I mean, no harm in doing it. Then on the other hand, I'm not sure if I would be like super hyped to be a really popular, don't call it famous, but popular creator. Like, I mean, figure photos, this will not happen, and even if it happens, you're still like some nerdy person who takes like photos of toys, basically. So there is no way to get blown up. But let's say like for videos, when we're like for figure reviews, or better example would be for Deconis Highs. What would happen if we really blew up overnight? If it got like into some like meme situation, or somebody like reacted to it, something that like changed the status quo, and then you would have like gained so much like followers and subscribers. But then again, I don't know if I would be like comfortable with like being like famous or like well known. Don't want to walk around at the convention and constantly be like like not harassed, but like no, have to entertain people or be like in a good mood. It's also very demanding for people that are a bit like more on the celebrity side, to be constantly under surveillance nowadays, because everybody has a phone, everybody wants to get close to you and to take pictures and ask you about certain topics. I don't know. I guess there is a downside to everything, even to fame and to being well known. At least back then, I was always happy when the quote-unquote right people saw and liked my videos. Like in the convention days, for example, we had a big following inside all the crews, like the organization teams of those events. I mean, go figure, because it's about their event, and it's about like history of those events, and those people were quite a bit older, and so they had the expertise and the knowledge of those things, and they could enjoy our insight a bit more. But still, we had like a big following in those groups, and so we could like benefit from this in a few ways. So, for example, at some events we got like press tickets, even if we weren't like super like popular or like super well known. We were there and had some press passes, or we could like use even some minor things like a parking lot, or a space where we could like park our equipment. So that was kind of nice when the right people know who you are. Okay. Will be interesting to see if this dries. And I will not try to like scratch it. So how should I scratch it? Like with a knife? Can I scratch it with a knife? I have like various like knife, like what is it called? Like the pointy bit of the knife. The knife itself. Let's see. Maybe this one. Also, my hands are so like damaged these days, dry and like full of like dirt. Why is this not? Okay, and full of little like wounds because I constantly use them for like garden work. And I don't. Usually I don't use like gloves. So let's scratch this. Scratch this. But I have to take it in my hand then, or lay it on the floor. Okay. Maybe then with a sanding paper I can go over it. Have it a bit. Let's see. Okay. So now I have a little like purposefully placed scratch here. And so I can now like try to get in some color, some mahogany. And is there some red, like rust red? Now we're getting technical here. Brown and red. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm doing today. A little bit of a finer brush. Oh, it doesn't come off anymore. Oh. That's the thing I'm so worried about those little tubs. I mean, you don't use that much paint, but I know that at some point they will not open anymore. I know that there is a tool like a what's it called? You know, some sort of twisty part to open those jars when they are stuck. But what I really enjoy is that nowadays there are so many awesome creators out there that do like figure stuff taking pictures of their figures, building something completely custom, coming up with clever ideas, and are able to share them. And I know, compared to that, things I do are kind of like amateur-like. But then again, if somebody like sees it and can take something out of it, like maybe involve this idea into something else, I would be happy. It's also the reason why I don't like protect the things I do. You can just basically grab it and share it and use it. I don't care. If somebody would like put my figure photos on a t-shirt or like a mug, I don't care. Again, this is also only because I can say this full knowingly that it would not happen or that it does not affect me. If I would like sell my own shit and somebody's doing this, of course I would be like not so happy. But since this is not a reality we live in currently, it's easy to say that I don't care. It's like you always don't care about the things, or you can say that you don't care about the things that are not happening right now, or that is not an option right now. So it's like the same thing when to say, if I'm getting a lot of money, or if I become rich tomorrow, I would still go to work. So yeah, sure, you can say this because the possibility that it happens and that you have to prove your words is so so minuscule and so fabricated that yeah, sure, you can say and take the high horse. And I think that like opening them constantly and screwing them back together is almost dropped it. I mean, I don't know if this falls to the ground, it's like glass and the floor is very hard. I don't know if this like survives. That would be a mess. Oh my god. Okay, so I need a white, but I don't know where the white color is, so there it is. So it's now shimmery. It's now shimmery and rusty, like a scratch. Let's see. But the white is already like pretty deep down there, so I've used a lot of white. Always was like, don't know if I would ever use such a tub of paint to the fullest, but apparently it is possible to do this. I think there has to be some brown. Too much red, too less brown. Okay. So I tried to like have a little bit of a rust there. Let's put this into presentation mode. Where is the presentation camera? Like so. Okay, that's actually quite good. So it looks a bit lonely here, but if I can muster up some spots on this shield, it might look like a bit of a used shield. That's the nice thing about this paint job, that it doesn't have to be like spotless. So if there is like a gawk or something, you can say, oh, that's part of the weathering. So yeah. So like here, I can show you all the parts I've worked on today. Where is the presentation? Here is the presentation. Oh, that's a base. Here are some parts. Yeah. So the lens that is already like coated metallic, and the stilt that is coated metallic, and then back there are the armor parts that are now gray. So yeah. Okay, so let me close up this tub of paint before I drip it. Okay. So I guess it's now midnight and it is time to quit the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. I wish you also a very nice week. Tomorrow will be another days of hard work in the garden, but we're getting there. Right? A few more days and then we're finally finished. So I still don't know if I will stream on Wednesday. Maybe not. Let it be a surprise. And yeah, don't know why the camera is acting out again. I can't switch the scenes. Oh, now I can. Okay. So you have now double the face, but PC is already saying no. PC is already getting tired, so I will just quit it here. And yeah, if not Wednesday, I'm online again on Friday for full time working on this stone base again. So yeah, thank you so much for joining today's live stream, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Let's see if the end card at least still works. Yes.